Hi, Mr. Cameraman, I have a joke for you. What do you call a person who refuses to fart in public? A private tutor. Get it? Private tutor. You know. Well, anyway. Hello, everyone. Brian Richards here. Welcome back to my channel. I know you didn't come here to learn bathroom humor. You came here to learn a self-working card trick, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach you a really cool self-working card trick that I love, and I hope you will love it as well. And if you do love it, be sure to hit like and do subscribe to my channel if you have not done so yet. And also, if you get a chance, please share my channel with other magic enthusiasts in your life, people who want to learn magic. I would so appreciate that. But let's get into today's tutorial. Now, I have a deck of cards. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this deck of cards a little bit of a shuffle, and we'll give it a nice little overhand shuffle, if I can shuffle like so. All right, very good. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These 9 cards we're going to use to help find what will be your selected card. But first I got to shuffle the deck, and I'm going to have a card selected. And a volunteer can choose any card. Let's say they choose this one right here, which is the Jack of Hearts. Now, I explained we're going to lose their card in the deck, and as I'm making this pile, they can say stop whenever they want. So let's just say they say stop right here. I have them place their card on top of that pile. I then take the remaining stack, put it on top so that their card is lost. Now I explained that these 9 cards are actually going to help find the chosen card, but before that, I'm curious to know if I can figure out what card they chose. So I go through the deck kind of like so. I'm going through the deck and I'm trying to figure out which one is theirs. Let's see. Oh, I think it might be this one, perhaps right here. I'm just going to take a peek at it. Was your card by chance red? It was. Okay, well, I'm not sure if I have it right, but I'm going to put it into a position right about here. Right about there. Now, we're going to use these 9 cards, like I said, to try to find your card. We're going to give them a little shuffle. Now, this is really important. Actually, we can mix them up this way. It really doesn't matter. And in fact, we're going to divide them into 2 piles like so that everything is well mixed. And again, we'll shuffle them. And I'll even ask you, the volunteer, to cut them. And they do that. And then we mix them up again. I ask them to cut it again. And then why don't we divide it up into 4 piles? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, so everything's being well mixed, well shuffled, like so. And again, we can mix them up. And one last time, the volunteer can cut it. And then we will now divide them into 3 piles. Now here's what's crazy. The cards have been well shuffled. They were shuffled by me. They were shuffled by the volunteer by cutting it many times. We divide them in 2 piles. We separate into 4 piles, now 3. And now ultimately, I ask a volunteer to choose one of these 3 piles. Totally random. They can choose any one. Let's say they choose this one right here. We get rid of these cards, put them on top over here. And here's the thing. These could be any cards. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the value of the cards. We're going to add them together. So we have a 7. We have a 5, and we have a 3. So 7 plus 5 is 12, and 12 plus 3 is 15. Check this out. We're going to count down to the 15th card. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and hopefully this was the position I put it in. Number 15, your card, the Jack of Hearts. Pretty cool, right? Okay, I love this trick. It's so great. It does have a quick little setup, but it's like a really quick, easy setup. And once you're set up, you're going to love performing this trick. Okay, so let's get back into it. Here we go. Now, the setup is you're going to need to take an ace to king of varying suits, and you need to put them in order from ace all the way up to king. So we'll just start in order. We'll just do it like we would. There's an ace. We'll go ace. There's a 2. Then you want to go 3. And again, you don't want them to be the same suit. You can change them up. It would be kind of strange if they're all in the same suit. So we need a 5, a 6, and let's see, 7. We'll do, let's see, is there an 8 down here? Or maybe up here. We'll do an 8. We need an 8, and then a 9. And then the 10 is really important. I usually try to stick with a 10, the 10 of hearts. And the reason is because this 10 you got to know exactly what the 10 is. And I'm getting older now, and I don't trust my memory. So I always choose the 10 of hearts. I remember it's always going to be the 10 of hearts. So ace to 10. This bottom one, the 10, is going to be your key card. That's why you have to know exactly what it is. Don't just remember it as a red 10 or a black 10. You got to know exactly which one it is. So in my case, I know it's the 10 of hearts. So those basically go ace at the top down to 10, and then they're going to go on top of the deck. And that's your setup. Once that's set up, you're ready to go. Now what you're going to do is you can do a false shuffle as long as you don't affect the top 10 or so cards. Now, if you want to, you can do a riffle shuffle where you're careful not to affect the top section of the deck. You can also do a bottom overhand shuffle, which is where you shuffle off the bottom until you get about halfway. Then you take these cards, turn them forward, and you take the stack and you throw it back on top. And it does not really affect the fact that the ace to king is still on top of the deck. So again, it looks like this. You're just shuffling off the bottom. And when you get to about halfway, you kick them forward and you just throw that back on top. It's kind of another way that you can shuffle without affecting the top section of the deck. Now what you're going to do is you're going to explain that we're going to use 9 cards, and you're going to deal 9 cards reversing the order. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that's going to leave your 10 of hearts on top of the deck. And what I do is I shuffle this once, and what I do is I shuffle the 10 to the bottom of the deck. What I do is I pull off the top card, which is going to be the 10. There it is. And then I shuffle the rest of the cards on top. All I'm doing is I'm shuffling that 10 to the bottom of the deck. Now I allow a card, I spread the cards, I allow a card to be chosen. We'll just say it's this one, which is, in this case, the 8 of spades. Now, if you want to, you can just cut the deck and then have them put the card there and put the bottom on top like you would normally do a key card trick. One thing I like to do, because for some reason this fools people who are familiar with it, is I just grab small packets and I say, just say stop whenever you want. I don't know why this kind of fools people who are familiar with the secret, but if they say stop right there, I have them put their card on top. I take this remaining stack, put it on top, which is actually putting my key card, the 10 of hearts, on top of their card. Now, I explained that we're going to use these 9 cards to find their card, but first I want to see if I can figure out what card they chose. Now, I'm going to be spreading these like this so that they can't see, but I'm going to show you from down below like this so you can kind of see. What I'm doing is I'm going through looking for my key card. Now, I know it's not the 10 of diamonds. I'm going to keep going until I get to the 10 of hearts. When I see the 10 of hearts, I know the one right before it is going to be their chosen card. Remember what that is. At least remember the color of it, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to count 9 cards, including that. So I'm going to go, this is including their chosen cards. So I go 1, I'm doing this in my head, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I hold on to this stack, and this card is the one I'm going to turn over and act like I think it's their card. So I turn that over, and then this stack goes on top of this stack, okay? Just like that. Now I peek at this card and I say, I think I found your card. Was it black by chance? Of course they say yeah. And then what you want to do is you're going to quickly kind of say, I'm not sure if I'm right, but I'm going to put it into a certain position. Now this is really important. It's really important that you lift up at least 9 cards and you stick it in below the 9th position. Now, I don't think it's a good idea to go so far down into the deck. You want it to be relatively close to where it's going to be. So I just kind of get used to cutting about 10 cards, and then I throw it just below the 10th card, okay? Or 11th card, 12th card, but somewhere in that area. Once I've done that, I push this aside, and then there's a little shuffle you're going to do with these 9 cards. Because again, you explained, these 9 cards are going to help us figure out what card you chose. So here's your shuffle. You're going to shuffle 1 card from the top, and then you're going to throw the rest of the cards on top. Then you're going to shuffle 2 cards like this, and then you're going to throw the rest of the stack on top. And then you're going to shuffle 3 cards, 1, 2, 3, and then throw on top. And then you're going to shuffle 2 again, 1, 2, and then you're going to throw the rest on top. Once this is done, everything is set, everything is in position for this trick to work mathematically. Now, one thing we're going to do is we're going to do some cuts. But here's the amazing thing about cuts. Cuts don't actually change what cards, the order of the cards. They might change what is the top card and bottom card, but it basically keeps the cards in their, I guess, cyclical order, if you will. Is that the right term? I'm not sure. But you can cut the cards by putting whatever stack from the top to the bottom. You can do this. You can mix them up this way. Or you can you can grab them, like you can spread them in your hand, and wherever you spread it, wherever you break them, you take the top section and you put on the bottom. It's basically the same thing as cutting a deck. This just looks messier, and therefore it looks a little bit more like a shuffle to your lay audience, like that. Okay, so you can either cut it or mix it like this. Now I kind of combine it. I mix it like this, and then I say I'll cut it, and then I'll mix it some more, and then I invite them to cut it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to divide them into two piles, starting with the left and then the right. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Then take your left pile, put it on top of your right pile. Then again, if you want, you can do another, continue mixing this up, invite them to cut it again. And then you can do the 4-pile thing. Again, starting with your left. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Again, start with the left, put on top of the next one, and then the next one, just like that. Then again, you can mix them up one more time, doing the cuts, and they can cut it one more time. And then last but not least, you're going to do this into 3 piles. Now here's what's amazing, my friends. The value of each of these piles, doesn't matter which one they pick, is going to add up to 15. Check this out. 9 plus 4 is 13, plus 2 is 15. And if they choose this one, 7 plus 5 is 12, plus 3 is 15. Or if they choose this one, 8 plus 4 is 14, or 8 plus 6, I'm sorry, is 14, plus 1 is 15. So it doesn't matter which of these they choose. Now, I always like to pause here and remind them, we shuffle them, they shuffle them, we cut them, they cut them. We divide them into 2 piles, we divide them into 4 piles. We now have a choice of any one of these 3 piles, and they can choose any one, and let's say they choose this one. If they choose that one, whichever pile they don't choose, you can take those 2, you're going to put them on top. Very important you put them on top, because now what that means is it means that their card will now be in the 15th position from the top of this deck. So you say, let's see what the value of these cards are. We have a 7, we have a 5, and we have a 3. 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. Okay, well, we're going to count down to the 15th card and see if I put your card in the right position. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And my friends, there is number 15, your card, 8 of spades. Pretty cool. I love that trick. I hope you love that trick. And I hope that's one that you can add to your arsenal of many incredible magic tricks to go and wow so many of your friends, your enemies, your loved ones, your foes, whatever. But have some fun with it, seriously. And if you enjoyed this trick, again, don't forget to hit like, do subscribe to my channel, do share my channel. And seriously, Mr. Camarine, you really didn't get that joke? Private tutor?